Hello and welcome to this short video on the preview features in TermHub. We've created a project. When you log in on your dashboard, you'll see a list of public projects, and one of them is the preview features project. If you don't see it, you can search for it by typing preview and then click on it. This is a special project configured with a few terminologies that has some kind of functional features that demonstrate capabilities of things that you can do with the terminology server once you have all of the content available. These are available through API calls and are demonstrations of informatics capabilities that kind of extend beyond access to basic healthcare terminology data. And so we'll walk through a few examples here. Click on the Try New Features, and it takes you to this page. We've got three options. These will evolve over time, so you should check back to see when there's new preview features available. And those features that are popular or particularly valuable will be fully incorporated into the TermHub platform and available via API calls. So we have three examples here of things that you can do. First one is normalizing NDC codes. This is very US specific. But the idea is in real world data, NDC codes take a variety of different forms. And working with a normalized representation of them is often more helpful because it lets you query across potentially different renderings of these same IDs. So we have three examples here. You can paste them into this search terms window and click search. And then here you get the results table on the right. So this shows you, essentially it's getting rid of the dashes and then potentially padding the value with other values to make it a consistent 11-digit format. This algorithm is essentially based on the NLM's published RxNorm NDC normalization algorithm. So the values that are produced by this match the values of NDC codes that you'll actually find in RxNorm. And then you can click on these codes here and they will actually open the corresponding concept data for you to look at within this project. Okay, so that's one. The second one is an example of a kind of crosswalk. So take a string with one particular kind of data and do some graph walking to find related information. So if we perform search here, you'll see that what we're doing is finding the generic medication codes in RxNorm for branded drug names. This could be done in any drug terminology that has branded and generic names. So first here we have Excedrin, and you'll see it has three entries in the table because Excedrin actually does have three ingredients: acetaminophen, aspirin, and caffeine. Second one is Tylenol, which brings us back acetaminophen. And then finally, when we search aspirin, we don't get a result back. There is a placeholder entry that comes back showing you that it didn't find anything. And that's because aspirin already is a generic code and it's not a brand name. So there is no corresponding generic for the brand name aspirin. Of course, this function could return aspirin itself since it's already a generic. As you can see, there is a code for it here. Similarly to the NDC case, you can click on these things and look at more details about these concepts in the underlying terminology itself. And then finally here we have body parts for conditions. So this is a situation where we take a string, find the corresponding SNOMED concepts for it, and then crosswalk to the body parts that are referenced in the graph of the SNOMED concepts. So again, three examples here. History case, so family history of breast cancer does in fact give you breasts. Tetralogy of flow is a complicated condition involving multiple body parts. Four, you can see there's five results here, and that's just has to do with the exact nature of how the SNOMED modeling works. But it's referencing these various body parts. And then diabetes in the end here is structure of the endocrine system. So this function is based on the definitions of the concepts in SNOMED itself, but allows you an easy way to take SNOMED condition concepts or condition text strings and find the body parts that are involved in them. So if you have a large volume of data and you need to convert from conditions to body parts, this is a kind of function that would be useful for that. And just like in the other ones, you can open these concepts in a new tab and look at more details about them as well. Okay, so that is a quick review of the preview features project and some of the capabilities that we're bringing online. Check back again in the future. We'll continue to develop new versions of these, possibly replace some of the ones that are here. And it should just generally be a fun place where we always provide examples. And then, of course, you can put your own things in here to test these things out as well. Thank you very much.